Hey there, Recovery fam! Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. If you're new to the community, don't forget that big red support button down there and ring the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos or streams. So today I'm bringing you another reading from the Just for Today book. It's a daily reading that gives you something to think about or meditate and work towards during your day. And today's a really, really good reading. It's called Learning How to Live Again, from today's January 27th, and there's a little reading underneath a little reading before the reading, and today's little reading says, "We learn new ways to live. We are no longer limited to old ideas." And that's from page 56 of the main literature of Narcotics Anonymous. Excuse me. And today's reading is, "We may not have been taught right from wrong and other basics of life as children." I can identify with that. No matter, by the time we found recovery, most of us had only the vaguest idea of how to live. Our isolation from the rest of society had caused us to ignore basic human responsibilities and develop bizarre survival skills to cope with the world we live in. Some of us didn't know how to tell the truth. Others were so frank we wounded everyone we talked to. Some of us couldn't cope with the simplest of personal problems, while others attempted solving the problems of the whole world. Some of us never got angry, even when receiving unfair treatment. Others busily lodged complaints against everyone and everything. Whatever our problems, no matter how extreme, we all have a chance in Narcotics Anonymous to learn how to live anew. Perhaps we need to learn kindness and how to care about others. Perhaps we need to accept personal responsibilities. Or maybe we need to overcome fear and take some risks. We can be certain of one thing. Each day, simply by living life, we learn something new. And there's always a little Just for Today reading underneath every reading. And today is Just for Today. I know more about how to live than I did yesterday, but not as much as I'll know tomorrow. Today, I'll learn something new. So wow, that's a really, really amazing reading. I can identify with so much of this reading. Not being taught the basic needs as a kid and stuff like that. I grew up in a home with unpresent parents. So I remember raising my sister. I was 5, she was 3, and I was already taking care of my sister and stuff like that. I didn't. When I came into recovery, I didn't have the vaguest idea how to take care of myself. I didn't know how to do any of the basic self-care. I didn't know how to do a lot. I didn't know how to process any information. Isolation from the rest of society, absolutely. That's me, that I did. I didn't want anything to do with anyone else. I would isolate absolutely 3 months at a time in my apartment and wouldn't leave. And then when I did leave, it was either going to my dealer's place or to the bar to get inebriated, and that's all I knew, and the bizarre survival skills. That's what it was. I was just in survival mode all the time. That's all I knew. I didn't know how to live any other way. Didn't know how to tell the truth. I was a compulsive liar. Others, yeah, and every time I did open my mouth, I was hurting someone. And that's why I talk about when I came into recovery, the only way I could describe myself is I hurt people. So that was me. This reading is amazing for me today. This is amazing reading. I needed to read this today. Some of us couldn't cope with the simplest personal problems. Yeah, I didn't know how to cope. I had no healthy coping skills. And then it says others attempted to solve problems of the whole world, and I was the fixer. If I could fix you, I didn't have to look at my stuff. So I identify with that. Didn't get angry. So for me, I've been married twice. I never had any communication skills or people skills and stuff like that, and I would just take that abuse, and because I didn't know how to defend myself. I didn't have any words, and it was to the extremes, you know. And then yeah, in recovery we all have anyone in recovery or thinking about coming into recovery. Well, it is all about having that opportunity to live a better way, to start anew, you know. So and to become like responsible and accountable and stuff like that. And I need all that stuff in my life today. I need to do those things in my life, be accountable, be responsible, become my own individual and stuff like that. And I learned how to do all that in recovery. And taking risks, taking all those little leaps of faith in my life before I could start taking the larger leaps of faith, you know. I didn't think I'd be able to get published. I never thought I'd ever have my license. I never thought that I'd be able to hold on to a job or hold on to onto a healthy relationship and know how to be a partner, you know. And like I said, I've been married twice, but I didn't know how to be a partner. I didn't know how to be a partner. I didn't know how to be a dad. I didn't know how to be a friend. I didn't know how to do any of that before I came into recovery. So I identify with that. And like I said, I had to take a whole lot of little leaps of faith before I could start taking the bigger, larger, humongous leaps of faith in my life. But it was all about just taking those baby steps when I first come into recovery. You know, sometimes I have to go back to basics again, and take a few more baby steps before I can go back into that crazy ass freaking world out there and, you know, push through again and persevere. That I know I have the tools in my life today to be able to persevere and get through stuff. You know, we talk about in recovery about learning how to, we were able to handle things that used to baffle us. You know, everything baffled me before I came into recovery. So and today not so much baffles me anymore. So it's good. Sometimes I'll hit a roadblock and I'll go through a rough patch and stuff like that, but it's nowhere near as horrible as when I was out there practicing, you know, in active addiction. Certain one thing each day, simple living, we learn something new. You know, and we talk about learning something new every day and stuff like that, you know. Today I see opportunity everywhere. I see it's everywhere. Opportunity for more personal growth, opportunity to try something new. I'm not so afraid of the unknown today, you know, so I'm able to get out there and socialize. I had to learn how to socialize. I had to get out there and, you know, and even like with my book stuff and stuff like that, getting out there and doing book signings, or even like in recovery, getting up in front of the group and doing a reading or leading a table or doing stuff like that. It started getting me out of my shell, you know, and now I'm coming into recovery without any words. Sometimes I'll get up there and I'll be asked to do something and then they can't shut me up. So, you know, so it's nice to be able to have words to be able to express my feelings and my emotions and my life stuff with another person or other people, so maybe someone else doesn't feel so alone, you know, and that's all about recovery for me too. That's where recovery's at. And then after every reading is a little saying, and it says just for today, and it says just for today, I know more about how to live than I did yesterday. Not as much as I know tomorrow, and today I'll learn something new. And then we have a reading yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You know, yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here yet, and all I can do right now is just live in the present, just do what's in front of me right now. So this is an amazing reading. Hope you've enjoyed the reading. Yeah, it was a really good reading. I haven't done a couple reading in a couple days. Super busy, and then last night I came home from work and left my phone in the car. And then my girlfriend had to take my car into work because the weather was horrible last night. So I'm just getting my phone back now. That's why I haven't been active. I wanted to go live last night and I didn't have my phone. So everything happens for a reason, guys. So yeah. If you are new to the community, please hit that big red support button down there and ring the bell yeah. And welcome home. Welcome home to Scott's Thoughts, where you never ever have to feel alone. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And have a wonderful day. And I'll see you all again very soon. Love you all. Mwah.